This is an amazing piece of food. It's got meat, it's got sauce, it's got pita. It's just the... All right, we're going to shut this off before I start crying on camera, because that would be... that'd be the end of it. All right, here we go. In late August and early September of 2019, we took a road trip through 4 provinces in eastern Canada: Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island. In this episode, we'll travel from Lunenburg, Nova Scotia to Halifax, Nova Scotia. That puts a cap on Lunenburg. Now we're going to head up to Halifax, where we're going to be staying for the next couple of nights. We aren't sure yet how we're going to get to Halifax, whether we'll just shoot through on the highway. It's only 100 kilometers away from here, so it's not a long drive. There are a couple of tourist attractions along the way that we might divert to, one of them being Peggy's Cove. I'm not so sure if we'll actually go there. Everything we've heard about Peggy's Cove says... Busy. Tourists everywhere, and get there before the tour buses. I don't think we're going to get there before the tour buses. It's already 10 in the morning. We may just pass Peggy's Cove, or we may go down, have a look, and say, nope, too busy, and move on. That? Yeah, we could give that a try.
Yeah.
Ultimately, though, our goal is to get to Halifax, where we have a little looking around to do. I used to live in Halifax years ago.
I haven't
been there. Yeah, I went to school there. I haven't been there in just over 27 years. So I expect that it's going to be a little different than it was the last time I was there. Maybe the place I used to live will still be there. Maybe it won't. Let's start the car, head down the highway, and see what we can see. We made our route decision quickly, and once again committed to sticking to the back roads rather than the main highway. The pace is better, there are more interesting things to see, it's just better all around. Along the way, we stopped in a number of small towns, including the pleasant little village of Chester, population 1,600. Chester had several small shops to explore, and of course, we found an art gallery to visit. This is the village of Chester. We've never been here before, but it's on the road from Lunenburg to Halifax, and we thought we'd pop in and have a look around rather than just sticking to the main highway, which gets a little dull, doesn't it? We took the opportunity to take a few photos at the local yacht club. It was a gray day, and the colorful boats really stood out. After our pleasant interlude in Chester, we continued north, heading for Peggy's Cove. The drive was scenic, and we held our breath, wondering what we might find when we arrived. It didn't take long to find out that our worst fears had been realized. People. People everywhere. They flew by us in a blur. Well, we just went through Peggy's Cove, which was...
we didn't get here early enough.
Not our thing. I'm much more comfortable in a place
like
like Blue
now
Rocks.
We get to go on.
Now we're going to go on to Halifax. And on to Halifax we went, driving up the scenic coast, then emerging in Halifax's leafy, picturesque streets. Well, we made it to Halifax and got settled in at our hotel, and now we're just taking a little drive around town to look at some of the places that I used to hang out in. Right now we're in front of the apartment I used to live in. Strangely, I looked at the door, but I can't see the nameplate that they put there designating this as a National Historical Monument because of the fact that I lived in it. That seems strange. Doesn't it seem strange to you? Anyway, standing here right now, I don't know, I barely remember the place. It's just a big, tall building. Can't remember what floor I lived on. Can't remember the name or the number of the apartment, but this is the building. I spent a lot of misguided hours there, staying up very late, sleeping in very late. And this is the University of King's College. I went to school here for journalism many years ago. Left here 27 years ago, and you can see behind me this is the main building that I went to school in, and some of the other buildings around us. I'll just spin slowly so you can see them. It's a very old stone kind of place, very I don't know what the word is. Yeah, very old. Diana's just reading off some of the stuff on the side there. Founded AD 1789, and contrary to popular opinion, I wasn't attending the school then. It was much more recent. Well, enough of that wandering down memory lane. Time to take in one of Halifax's best features, that being the many pubs and beer places. So here we are at Economy Shoe Shop.
Yeah.
Weird name, but tasty beer. So cheers. And then it was time for us to try Halifax's official food and signature dish. Donair. This is the best thing going. Wow.
Really good.
I don't even know what to say. It doesn't happen very often, but I'm at a loss for words. But this is an amazing piece of food. It's got meat, it's got sauce, it's got pita. It's just the holy crap, dude! Were those tasty? Wow! Highly recommended if you happen to be in Halifax. Have a donair at Johnny K's.
Yeah.
Morning dawned in Halifax, and while the forecast had called for rain, we were greeted by a sunny, beautiful day. That made planning our day pretty easy. Good morning and welcome back to Halifax. We are still here, sitting here in the lap of luxury in our swanky apartment on the 20th floor, no, what is it? 16th floor of the Hampton downtown Halifax. Today we're just going to wander around Halifax, take in the sights, maybe check out a few shops, just do touristy things. Thus began an epic multi-hour walk around Halifax, taking in all the sights we could. We started with art, which was natural, as Halifax is home to the Nova Scotia College of Art and Design. We hoped just a little of the magic might rub off on us. We found several galleries to poke around in, including the 133-year-old Zwicker Gallery, which featured some of the finest art we had seen on our trip so far, and the Carl Penton Gallery, which focused more on local subjects. Too bad we couldn't take our cameras inside any of them. We also spent a lot of time walking along the waterfront. If you're a fan of boats and ships, Halifax's waterfront is the place for you. There are also stores of every description on the waterfront. breweries, and one of the largest indoor farmers markets we had ever seen. And interesting people. Yep, they were there too. We caught our breath in the Halifax Public Gardens. The gardens were established in 1753, and over time they have become a beautiful oasis in the middle of the city. They're filled with pleasant walking paths, ornate flower beds, flower artworks, a Victorian bandshell, and, yes, fountains. It was a great place to take a break and eat a snack. Of course, you can't visit a city like Halifax and not do at least a little shopping. But we kept it to a minimum, thankfully. Well, that was a heck of a morning. We're pretty much exhausted. We saw a good chunk of Halifax. And the only real rest we had along the way was sitting in the gardens for a while, which was very nice.
Yeah.
Back here at the hotel now to have a little bite to eat, and then maybe we'll have a little rest before we go out and do some more.
Yay!
Yay! You can tell. Can you tell we're tired?
Yeah.
Yeah. We took a well-deserved rest and then headed out to visit the lower deck, an interesting pub on the waterfront, and go for dinner at the Keg restaurant. That turned out to be, well, a good and bad decision. Wow.
So full.
That was really filling. What did you have, Diana?
I had prime rib.
Oh, prime rib with the twice-baked potato.
Yes. Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. We had the lobster gratinée as an appetizer. Bad idea.
Yeah.
So tasty,
Garlic.
but we didn't need it.
What did we have? That
Caesar salad.
before.
I had a sirloin.
So much food.
So much food and a nice bottle of wine.
It was a good one.
It was a really good bottle of wine. Now, I think...
We're gonna waddle home. Waddle back to our hotel.
Yeah, we'll waddle back to our hotel. Tomorrow morning, we're on the road again, heading up toward Cape Breton. So we're going to make sure we get a good night's sleep. It's been a fun day. Lots of fun things we've done here in Halifax today. I think we'll just sign off here.
Oh, so full.
I am so full. We'll just sign off from the day for right now here, and we'll
Night.
see ya.
See you in the morning.
We headed back to our hotel, enjoying the last dregs of light from what had been a really good day in Halifax. Up next, Cape Breton. Good morning.
Got a frog.
Let's try that again. Good morning. Here we are on day